This is a metal band whose whole vibe is horror.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of tonight's award for the best hard rock video are here to end this thing with a bang. Please welcome a snappy little combo from hell, White Zombie!
Oh wow, okay. It's like very industrial. I love this. It's quite funky. And I love her hair. Ooh.
It's almost over.
Just realized the noises.
Now we can go home.
So the whole imagery behind these guys is very like horror movie vibes.
Astro-Creep, demolition sound, hell American freak, yeah. I am the crown and and I'm in the box,
Huh.
in your head, say, tears to inside, freedom for the back, the last there, that's out the broken skin, turn to my heart, do it again, hey!
So this is so 90s. Rob Zombie's voice, he learned this kind of very distinctive raspy sound from listening to Alice Cooper, and it has this, I love how it's kind of combining metal and rap, so you've got this really, really distinctive sound. And you know, it may sound easy, but I defy you to sing sets like that because, you know, it takes a lot of time, takes a lot of training, a bit of practice, often a lot of practice to get to a place where you can make this in a way that doesn't hurt, that feels nice and easy and doesn't fatigue your voice. And he has gone on to be a voice actor for many different horror movies and a director for horror movies, but it means that he's really worked on using his voice in different ways and the different tones that he can get with his voice. And yeah, it does make you want to bounce, even if I'm doing it in such a dweeby way. You can kind of hear how tricky this is because with all that jumping around, having enough breath to get through these really long phrases while having that distortion. The distortion often needs a little bit extra breath than you might do when you're singing, and there's hardly any time to breathe. So you have to get really good at breathing, and often people do not breathe particularly well. One of the things that I would say is the most common thing, and you'll see it with children, if you say take a big breath, they go and then they tighten up everything around here. What I would think, if you are trying to get better at breath, is make sure that your shoulders are nice and relaxed and that your rib cage is moving out and in. You've also got your diaphragm muscle, which is a muscle that is like a sheet underneath your lungs, and it works like a kind of billow. It pushes the air out of your lungs, and then when it contracts, it pulls the air back in. So, and I wonder, you know, have a little play around with that feeling. See if you can breathe nice and low. Some people feel it in their belly. So although your lungs do end before your belly, but your diaphragm is pushing all your your guts and your organs down, and your rib cage to come up, and kind of you might feel it moving backwards. You also might feel you've got your sternum here, your ribs kind of coming up and round like this. That's okay, as long as it isn't coming into your shoulders and tensing up here, because your shoulders aren't really involved. Your rib cage hangs off your shoulders and should kind of move freely underneath. And that's the ideal place that should help you with your breathing. And everyone's a little different as well for breathing. We all have different bodies. There's actually something I'd like to suggest for breathing that might help. We don't really do a lot of intense breathing work. Well, you do breathing work in singing, but we don't kind of look beyond our own mechanics. But there is something that's actually designed for sports called Aerofit breathing. I am not sponsored by them, I just remembered them. And that provides a breath training app and a kind of little machine that you breathe into, and you can see how much air you can put through and what your lung capacity is and things like that. And although it is for sports, really it can help with singing a lot. If you can control your diaphragm and learn how to control your breathing, then you're gonna see the benefits in your singing. I'll put all the info in the description about it. It's quite pricey, but if you really want to get it right, it's worth it. Ooh, I love the fire. It makes me want to like skip around like him. Yes!
See you.
It's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your zombies are? Good night.
That was so fun. Back in the day, MTV Music Awards was such a big deal, so this would have been a massive gig for them, and it looked like so much fun. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.